Hey, welcome to show number 11 here at Things I Love. We've got a great show for you today. We're talking all about Lego. I've got my lovely wife here, going to be talking Lego with us. We're really going to get down to the origin story, if you will, of my love for Lego and my wife's love for Lego. But before we do, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button below and make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified of these videos every single week. And then give us a big thumbs up if you like this video, and I know you will. Well, at the end of this video, we do want you to comment on how you got started with Lego. But before we get there, let's kind of jump in here and talk about it. My first memories of Lego go all the way back to 1978. I had to look that up actually, because I was born in '74 and I didn't remember when I got this kit. But I got the first yellow Lego castle. It was a Legoland castle, and I remember that like it was yesterday. It was an amazing set. I think it had 600 or 700 pieces, and the pieces looked totally different than they do today. It was a lot more boxy and jagged corners and stuff like that. But I went and looked that up on eBay the other day, and that kit goes for several $100s now. And of course, my mom's voice in my head rings of her saying, "You should not have sold all of your stuff in the garage sale." And she was right. She was right. But I remember that, and then what was your first memory of Lego?
My first memory of Lego was when I was 4 years old and we were living in Europe in 1978.
I was 4 too, yeah. Wait, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I was 4.
I was 6.
You were 6.
Maybe I was 6. Who knows how old I was. Anyway, we were living in Europe and we didn't have any toys with us, so my parents got us some Legos, and I vaguely remember they were yellow, but I just remember really bright colors.
I think that was one of the only colors they had back then.
And we were living in Germany, and we got Legos to play with, and those lasted for years. My grandmother made us a big circle of fabric that she'd put some grommets in, and we put all our toys in the middle and our Legos, and that way we could play on the mat, so that we could, when we were done, we could pull the string and it would make it into this bag, and then nobody got their feet hurt by stepping on Legos.
Every parent knows the feeling of stepping on a Lego. Yep. Yep. Well, I also remember when Technique came out in '82. Now, I don't do Technique anymore. I'm not opposed to it, but it's a little bit different kind of genre of Lego. They're a little bigger sets, usually do cars and kind of different kind of pieces and stuff like that. But I remember getting a Technique truck, I think, when I was, it was back in '82. So, yeah, I don't remember if it was in '82 or not, but that's when Technique started back then. So, you know, the name Lego is an abbreviation of the two Danish words lek and godt, meaning
play well.
Play well. Play well. That's what it's about. You know, we work hard. My wife's a teacher. I'm a pastor. We love what we do. But we also want to play hard and play well, like Lego stands for. And so I want to fast forward a little bit now to what you see in front of you. Many years ago, I mentioned this before, we lived in Alaska, and I don't know how it started, but my wife started mentioning how she missed Lego.
Yeah, I guess I just thought that, I don't know, I'm around kids all the time, and I was thinking about, I love puzzles, but it's hard when puzzles are out to have room for them, and so every year I would do a puzzle at Christmas time, but there was no place to put it. And so Lego to me was like a big puzzle, except you had directions.
Yeah.
And so it fit not only my love for puzzles, but also the way I love miniature things. Like my girls had dolls, and I loved to make little doll things. And so as I got into Lego, I realized all the little things that I loved about doll houses were in Lego. And also there was so much creativity that went into it. And as we get older, we forget to play.
Right. And
we don't use our imagination. And I think it's actually very good for our brains if we do something creative and something that takes, you know, dexterity with your fingers, and then also just the way things fit together. It helps your brain, you know, by doing those things. So I thought, oh well, they're cute, they're fun, they're easy to store, and my kids can enjoy them with me.
Yeah. So when we lived in Alaska, I started getting her a 3-in-1 Lego Creator set every Christmas. And so we were just at the time just getting one, maybe two a year.
Because at the time they were fairly expensive.
Well, they're still fairly expensive, but
I mean,
but
that's why they're good Christmas.
And we are going to have a show here in the future about one of our public service announcements, actually, about how you can get Lego on the cheap. There are ways to do that, and I've discovered that because we don't have a lot of extra money, but we'll get into that in the future. So right in front of you here, we've got all of these. She's gonna sneeze.
Okay.
Right here, we've got some of these creator sets that we've bought over the years. We've gotten rid of some of them. We were just looking at today, trying to find the one that you first started with.
Yeah.
And couldn't find it.
Well, it was the Lego. It was a yellow Lego
Well, we
house.
found it online, but we don't have it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And the reason why we don't have it is because I had so many.
Yeah.
Well, and actually I shared my Lego with my class at one time, and I had them all bagged nice and neat. And children are not exactly great about putting things back where they found them, and so they got all mixed together, and then we were moving to a small apartment in New York, and so I decided only to keep the ones that I had that reminded me of New York.
That is one of the things about Lego is you can't keep them forever. If you're going to get more Lego, you have to get rid of some Lego because it takes over your house.
And I ended up donating all those Legos that had gotten mixed together to a teacher who used them in her class.
Awesome. So I wanted to show you some of these 3-in-1 sets that we've gotten. So kind of over the course of many Christmases, we have slowly built up a New York City street scene. We lived in New York after we were in Alaska and loved it there, and we just kind of slowly started putting these together to make a New York City street scene. And they're not necessarily made to do that. There's a
couple of them are, but not.
There's a toy shop. There's a deli. There's various. There's a bicycle shop. But when we lived in the city, all these were there, and they were right next to each other. And so we began to kind of piece them together. There's a few that we couldn't put in this set because in this scene
because they
don't fit. I mean, we had an Alaska
a cabin, and that would be weird in the middle of New York
with a moose in it, and it was awesome. We lived in Alaska.
Central Park, not the street.
Yeah, so we just kind of wanted to show you some of these today. So they kind of they go together, but they also fold up. Whoops, dropped the moped. They fold up nicely. Make 2 different sides and 3 different sides actually. There's an ATM on the side of that one, and then they open up and you've got scenes on the inside. But then they also connect to the next one over. And the cool thing about these is they are, like I said, 3-in-1. So if you're a collector, that might even be someone that's going to conferences, Lego conventions. We're going to go to one next week, and I'll talk with you about that at the end of this show. You might want to buy all 3 so that you can make each one and set it up in a huge city scene. But for us, we just kind of every once in a while change it, take it apart, put it back together like the other scene. But each one of these is separate. You got this deli on the corner here, completely separate, also folds up.
And there are things about it that I really enjoy, like cutesy things, like the sandwich moves back and forth. I don't know why I like that. It's just really cute. I love that it on the inside. Well, for one, it's got such unique details, like the bricks are a different color, which is actually what you would see in New York. They look like stone. Then on the inside, this really is what it would look like on the inside of an apartment. Yeah. With your little ladders that go up to the top, and on the bottom, and then the little chair. And I like that they have the drawers that come in and out. Or the cabinet that opens. So they've got some just unique little details.
Over the years, it has definitely evolved from the yellow Lego castle.
Oh yeah, and these, all the outside is smooth, so you don't have that boxy look anymore. They're so much more realistic.
What is this one? Let's see.
That one's the bike shop and the newsstand, I think. Is that the newsstand? Let's see.
It's, is this the... I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, that's the bike shop.
Okay. I'm going to put all these in the show notes and the numbers that go with them, so if you want to get them online, you can do that.
The other really cool...
some of these are actually discontinued, but I was still able to find them on
you can
eBay.
you can find them on Amazon too. But the cool thing about this bike shop is on the back, say you don't have a lot of room to set it all out, but you do like them and want to leave them out, they've got little hooks inside so that they'll actually stay closed. So when you close it, it connects so it doesn't open again.
Nice.
So that you can have it takes up less space that way.
Got a barbecue on the roof?
Yes, it does. Now I can't get it open. There we go. But it also will connect, so it has a little connector on the outside, so it'll lock open too, which is really cool.
So there's that one, and then what is this one?
This one is the toy shop.
Oh yeah, it's a toy shop. It's got the
Hans Market.
Hans Market in the window there. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a toy train. We'll kind of turn this over here and show you.
Yeah, we say it's Hans Market because in New York that was the market down the street from us, and that's what it reminds us of.
And just because I have a twisted sense of humor, I put a serial killer in the middle there. I don't know if you can see him. He's got his hatchet and grumpy face.
He shows up at different places in the city every now and then.
Sorry, I know. I just.
And then this one, I really think that this one is my favorite, just because it really, to me, reminds me of what it would be like.
Well, you got the fire escape.
Yeah, you got the fire escape, and then on the inside, this is. I'm trying not to drop it.
Right.
On the inside, you've got the fireplace in the bottom, and it's truly like Javier's apartment down at the bottom, our super.
Yeah.
This is like his apartment, and then on the top, what's really cool about this is it opens. Look at this.
It's creator number 31065, and I believe it actually is called the townhome.
It is, and what I think is really cool is they've even the bedspread. And they have the little bumps there so that the girl who is unsafely standing on a chair here.
But she's watering her flowers.
Wow, but you don't stand on a chair in the middle of the city. It's unsafe.
Officer Buckle says.
Officer Buckle says never stand on a swivel chair. So if you guys have ever watched Officer Buckle and Gloria, so can't do this backwards. But if she goes, then she can sit with her water hose on the bed.
I'm sure she can.
There.
Oh, you got her.
Yeah.
Good.
So she can sit there. I love that they put the bumps on the little...
Oh, yeah.
Is there a technical term for those things?
I'm sure.
The bumps. Anyway, I call them bumps. That she can sit on. And we can shut her back in there.
Yeah. So we've just loved these. Look, they were part of our childhood all the way back to the 70s. And Lego started in the 30s. And so by the 70s, they were going strong. I do think that their main color was yellow, though. I think that's what they had most of.
Well, I think it's a cheerful color.
And one thing that I love about Lego, even to this day, is they obviously reuse shapes and shapes for different sets. And so, they have to financially, there has to be a reason for them to make a new mold. And so they'll use the same pieces for various things, and it's really cool to see how creative they've gotten. And then, of course, there are people who do mocks, who will take these and take them all apart and make one themselves out of their own brain. And I actually did one yesterday. I got the new Hogwarts Express train for Harry Potter, and I wanted it to do something that it wasn't able to do. So I mocked it up and did it and made a new platform, and I'm going to show you that in a future show. But that's one of the cool things about Lego is that yes, you can do what they're made to do, but you can also mock them up and use your imagination and make new models.
And I just recently, like a little while ago today, started looking at them, and I was like sucked in. There are some really amazing people out there. I don't have the time to figure out that kind of stuff, but I really do appreciate the creativity and the thought that goes into all those mocks. No matter what you like he likes the ones that look like Star Wars scenes.
Star Wars is my new jam, just Star Wars and Harry Potter. Yeah.
And I like the ones that look like provincial houses in Europe that people have made. It is really, truly amazing what people can do with these little bricks.
It's pretty cool. So that's kind of our origin story of how we got started with Lego and how we're continuing with it. And eventually, you can only see one corner of this room, but eventually the whole thing's going to be filled with Lego. And I'm married to an amazing woman who's letting me do that, and she's adding to it as well.
Yes.
And so we're having a lot of fun with that. But I wanted to tell you also, coming up this Sunday, we're going to be at Brick Universe. It's a Lego convention coming up March 30th and 31st at the Wilson County Expo Center in Lebanon, just outside of Nashville. It's $15 online. You can go to brickuniverse.com, or you can get them, I think, $18 at the door. But you know, we're gonna have a lot of fun going there and just checking out what they're doing. And hopefully, I won't spend too much money, but gonna get gonna get a few things, I'm sure. But we just have a lot of fun with it, and so I hope that you will as well. All right, well, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button below and that bell so you can be notified of each video comes out every week. You know, we're all about positivity here. We're going to be talking about Lego and Star Wars and all kinds of stuff, but it's all going to be positive. This world is full of negativity, and we just want to fill it up with positivity. And so we're going to be doing that every single week. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, give us a big like, and then also comment below on how you got started with Lego. We want to continue this conversation. I want to hear how you got started, and we can talk some more about it. All right? Well, this is Things I Love with me, Mark Eddington, and
Lisa Eddington.
Just a little bit about us to help you be more you. All right, what can we put together?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Things I